Ever pick up a prescription and feel like you need a decoder ring just to make sense of it?
Yeah, doctor's handwriting. I think we've all been there.
It's more than just a joke though, right? Turns out it's a huge problem. You wouldn't believe how often even pharmacists have trouble deciphering those scribbles.
You're right, it's a serious issue. There was this study in South Africa found that pharmacists had something like a 75% accuracy rate when reading prescriptions.
75%, that means 1 in 4.
Exactly. And that remaining 25% can lead to some pretty serious mistakes. I mean, we're talking about medication dosages, potentially life or death situations.
Yeah, definitely not something you want to leave to chance. Which is why this whole idea of using AI to tackle this problem is so fascinating.
Right. Can you imagine AI that can understand your doctor's handwriting better than you can? It sounds crazy, but the research we're looking at today suggests it might be closer than we think.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we're diving into a paper called, let me see if I can get this right, MIRAGE, Multimodal Identification and Recognition of Annotations in Indian General Prescriptions.
Catchy title, right?
Well, it's definitely descriptive.
Yeah.
But tell me, what makes the Indian context so important here?
Well, in India, handwritten prescriptions are incredibly common, way more so than in many other countries.
Ah, so the need for a solution is even greater there.
Exactly. And it's not just about convenience. It makes it really hard to analyze healthcare trends, track medication use, all that important stuff. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces.
So this Mirage system, is it like trying to find those missing pieces?
Kind of. It's about using AI to bridge that gap, to make sense of all that handwritten data.
So how does it actually work? What's the magic behind it?
Well, it uses a specific type of AI model called a multimodal large language model, or, LLM for short. Ever heard of those?
LLMs, yeah, they're all the rage these days. It seems like they're popping up everywhere.
For good reason. They're incredibly powerful. But here's the thing with Mirage. They trained these LLMs on a ridiculously massive data set. We're talking over 743,000 simulated medical records.
Wow, that's a lot of doctor scribbles.
And it's not just the quantity, it's the variety. Think about it. They had over 1,000 doctors from 52 different medical specialties all across India contributing to this data set.
So the AI is getting exposed to a huge range of handwriting styles, not to mention medical jargon.
Exactly. And that's key because a cardiologist's handwriting is probably a bit different from, say, a dermatologist's, right?
Makes sense. You want the AI to be well-versed in all the different handwriting dialects, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's not just about recognizing the handwriting itself, is it? It's got to actually understand what those words mean, especially in medical context.
You're absolutely right. And that's what's really exciting about this Mirage approach. It goes beyond just simple handwriting recognition. It tries to actually decipher the meaning, the intent behind those scribbles.
So it's not just reading the words, it's understanding the message they convey.
Precisely. Think about all those abbreviations doctors use, the symbols, even those arrows and diagrams for dosage instruction.
Wait, arrows and diagrams too? That seems incredibly complex.
It is, but that's the level of detail we're talking about here. They're trying to build an AI that can essentially think like a pharmacist, interpreting all those visual cues.
Okay, now my brain is officially starting to hurt.
Okay.
So tell me, how well does it actually work? Can it really understand a doctor's handwriting?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right? And the results are, well, they're promising, to say the least.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. Give me the details.
All right, so they tested out two leading AI models, Elevier and IDFix-2. Both did pretty well, but IDFix-2, that one really stood out.
Oh, what made IDFix2 so special? Was it like the star student of the AI class?
You could say that. It all comes down to the way it sees. IDFix-2 can process images at a much higher resolution than Elevier. It's kind of like having a really good pair of glasses. You pick up on those fine details.
Ah, so it's not just about how much the AI knows, but also how well it can see the handwriting in the first place.
Exactly. And that seemingly small difference in resolution led to some pretty remarkable results. We're talking about an 82% accuracy rate.
82%. That's pretty impressive, considering the challenge.
Yeah.
But is that good enough? I mean, we're talking about people's health here.
That's the big question, isn't it? And honestly, 82%, while impressive, it's not quite at the level where we'd want to rely on it completely in a real-world setting.
So it sounds like we're not quite ready to hand over the prescription pad to AI just yet. But even if it's not replacing pharmacists tomorrow, where do you see this technology going in the future?
Oh, the possibilities are huge. Even at this stage, it has so much potential. And not just for prescriptions, Think about all the handwritten medical records out there just sitting in files.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. We could use this AI to unlock all that data, right? Find hidden patterns, make new discoveries, all that good stuff.
Exactly. Imagine analyzing decades worth of patient data, all that handwritten gold just sitting there. We could track disease progression in ways we never could before, see how effective different treatments really are, maybe even uncover drug interactions we didn't know about.
It would be like finding a hidden library of medical knowledge.
Right. And especially in a place like India, where so much of that data is handwritten, it could be revolutionary.
It's amazing to think about AI not just helping us with everyday tasks, but actually advancing medical knowledge. This is why I love this stuff.
Me too. And what's really cool about this research is they found that it's not just about the size of the data set, or even how powerful the AI is.
You're talking about that vision encoder thing, right? That was a new one for me. It's like the AI's way of seeing, and it might need some work.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It turns out how these AIs actually see and interpret the writing is crucial. They're using this model called CLIP right now, and the researchers think it might be holding the AI back.
So CLIP is like the lens the AI is using, and maybe it needs an upgrade.
Exactly. They're saying that by finding different vision encoders, ones designed specifically for handwriting, we could see even better accuracy.
So it's not just about teaching the AI to read, it's about teaching it to see better. That's wild. What would a better vision encoder even look like?
Well, one interesting possibility they mentioned is something called SIGLIP.
SIGLIP. Okay. How's that different?
So SIGLIP, it learns from tons of different images and text, right? But SIGLIP, it's trained specifically on a massive data set of handwritten text.
So instead of being a jack of all trades, it's like a handwriting specialist.
Yes. And that might be the key to getting those accuracy numbers even higher and, making this technology even more reliable.
So we might need to feed these AIs a whole new kind of diet, huh? Less about the printed word, more about those loopy cursive letters.
Exactly. And it's not just about prescriptions anymore, right? We're talking about historical documents, old letters, all that handwritten stuff that's been beyond the reach of computers until now.
It's like we could use AI to unlock these hidden troves of history, all those stories buried in archives and libraries.
Absolutely. Imagine AI that can decipher ancient manuscripts or analyze the handwriting of famous figures throughout history.
It could change how we understand the past. We always talk about AI in the future, but this is AI giving us a clearer picture of where we've been.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And it all comes back to that idea of teaching AI to see the nuances, those little details that make handwriting so unique.
It's almost like we're saying, hey, AI, don't just read the letters, appreciate the art of it.
Right. That's what makes it so powerful. It's not just about turning handwriting into text. It's about understanding the human touch behind it.
Which brings us back to that big question you posed earlier. If AI can crack the code of something as complex as handwriting, what other human mysteries could it help us solve?
That's what's so exciting about this field. It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible. Every breakthrough leads to more questions, more possibilities.
And that's what we love about these deep dives, getting to explore those possibilities with you. So, until next time, keep those minds curious, and we'll catch you on the next adventure.